welcome back to part 2 of doing a tier list of 300 of the all-time greats in WWE. I think we're about halfway. We might not be quite halfway, but I'm enjoying doing this. Hopefully you guys are enjoying seeing this. I'm going to go through what we've done already. There's some of the icons. There's some of the legends. You'll see this as we go along. Some of the superstars, some of the draws, over, mid-card, inconsistent, and jobber. Let's get straight into Gorilla Monsoon, commentating, wrestling, everything. Gorilla is absolutely going in to, this is tough getting it right up there, but he's absolutely going into the icon category. Maybe I should get my mouse. Okay, so next we have Grayson Waller. At the moment, I would say is inconsistent. Gunther, in future, he might be a lot higher, but for now, I'm going to put him at superstar. I think that's a very fair spot for Gunther. Jim Duggan. Where do I put Jim Duggan? I guess I'm going to put Jim Duggan as a draw. I think that's very fair for him. Harley Race. Remember, guys. Oh, by the way, caveat. I did this in episode number 1. Caveat. This is only their WWE run. Nothing they did outside of WWE. No AEW. No WCW. No Ring of Honor. No New Japan. Nothing. So with that in mind, King Harley. I'm going to put King Harley as a draw. Next, we are getting Heidenreich. Inconsistent. Honky Tonk Man. He was also a draw simply because people paid good money to hope he gets beat. Hornswoggle. Sorry, Hornswoggle. I think you're great, but you're a jobber. Hulk Hogan. You guys know how I feel about Hulk Hogan, but I do this as fair as possible. Hulk Hogan's going to have to go as icon. I don't personally like him, but he's an icon. Hurricane was he was over. Absolutely. Hurricane was definitely over. IRS was unfortunately mid-card. I know he's a legend, but he was a mid-card. Isaiah Scott, inconsistent. Ivar, I'm going to put him the same spot as Eric, which is, where did I put them? As Eric, I put him mid-card. Absolutely mid-card is fun for them. Jack Gallagher, inconsistent, unfortunately. Jack Swagger, inconsistent. Jake Roberts, he's going right at legend. He should have been WWE champion if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan being so selfish. James Ellsworth, literally the epitome of jobber. Jamie Noble, I'm going to put as mid-card. Jason Jordan, inconsistent. JBL, wrestling god. I'm going to put JBL as superstar. In my opinion, one of the most underrated heels of all time. Yes, we all booed for him, but just remember, that was his job. Jeff Hardy is going as legend. I would love to put him as icon, but I don't think that's fair. Jeff Jarrett, mid-card. I don't personally think he was great. Jerry Lawler, he's absolutely a legend, no doubt about that. Jey Uso, well, they call him main event Jay, so I'm just going to put him as a draw. I think that's as fair as it gets for Jay. Jim Neidhart, also, I'm going to put him as a draw. Next, Jimmy Snuka. Oh, by the way, also another caveat. I don't care about what they did in their personal lives. This has got to do with basing it on their WWE run. That's all it is. So I've got obviously episode 1. There was a couple of guys I didn't want to speak about, but it's part of, I'm just playing this game. Jimmy Snuka is a superstar. Literally, his name is Superstar Jimmy Snuka. Sorry, Superfly. He's not Superstar. It's Superstar Billy Graham. Jimmy Wang Yang, he was inconsistent. Jimmy Uso, I'm going to put him in the same spot. I'm going to put him as a draw, just like his brother. Jinder Mahal. Sorry, he's a jobber. He's a jobber that just got the championship. That's all. Joaquin Wilde, he's inconsistent. Joey Mercury, he was, remember, I do include their tag runs, everything like that, the entire WWE run. John Cena, as much as I don't think he's that great, he's an icon. He's a mainstream star. John Morrison, I'm going to put him one above Joey Mercury. Mid-card, I'm going to put him as over because I do think John Morrison was very over. JTG, he was also, his tag run was extremely over. His tag run with Shad Gaspard, rest in peace. Justin Gabriel, he is mid-card. By the way, South African. just like me. Ludwig Kaiser, I'm going to put him at the same spot as Giovanni Vinci, which I can't even remember where that is. Oh, it's inconsistent. If it's not for Gunther, would we even know they exist? Kalisto is a jobber. Kane is absolutely a legend. Karrion Kross, inconsistent. NXT was great. Main roster, horrible. Carl Anderson, I like the Good Brothers, but in WWE, let's call them mid-card. Good Brothers mid-card. Cassius Ohno, inconsistent. Keith Lee, remember this is only the WWE run, so NXT was great, main roster, he was bad, so I'm going to call him, no, I can't call Keith Lee inconsistent, I'm just rather going to call him mid-card. Kenny Dykstra, jobber. Kevin Nash, he is in fact a superstar. I won't call Kevin Nash a legend, but he's definitely a superstar. Kevin Owens is also going in the superstar category for me. He's should have been multi-time world champion. Kevin Thorne, jobber. Great Khali is a draw simply because he probably put some Indian he got some Indian people to watch the program, which is fine. Killer Kowalski, I'm going to put him as superstar. Don't think he's an icon or a legend. Kofi Kingston, he's also right there in superstar status. Connor, inconsistent. Main roster bad. Again, main roster bad. NXT great. Kurt Angle is absolutely a legend. Kyle O'Reilly, mid-card. LA Knight's over. That's as much as I can say for LA Knight. He's over. Lance Cade, he was inconsistent. Lance Storm, mid-card. There's not much more I can say about him. Jerry Lawler this is everything that in WWE. This is including the commentary. So I'm going to put Jerry Lawler as a legend. He's great. Lex Luger, I guess at one point, was he over? I guess at one point, Lex Luger was over. Logan Paul is a draw. I don't like his wrestling, but he's a draw. He's getting mainstream to this. Luthez, there's literally a move named after him, so I'm going to have to put him on legend status. Next, Luke Gallows, I'm going to put him with his Good Brother counterpart, which is mid-card, I believe. Yes, Good Brothers go in mid-card. Luke Harper, I wish there was an underrated section because Luke Harper would be underrated, but I think Luke Harper was over. Madcap Moss is inconsistent. Mark Henry is absolutely a superstar, was at least. Marty Jannetty, inconsistent. Rock is great, Rest not so much. Mason Ryan, inconsistent. Matt Hardy, where did I put Jeffrey Nero Hardy? I think I put Jeffrey as legend, so I'm gonna put Matt one underneath. I'm gonna put him as a superstar. Remember, WWE only, not anything else they did. Matt Striker was a jobber. Mick Foley, you are going right at icon, sir. You are one of my all-time favorites. Most selfless guy to ever do this. Mike Knox, you are a jobber, buddy. The Miz is a superstar. You can say what you want about The Miz, but he's doing a good job. Mojo Rawley, inconsistent. Montez Ford, at this point, is he mid-card or is he over? I'm going to say Mojo Rawley. Montez Ford is over. Mr. Kennedy was so over. Mr. Perfect, he is absolutely a superstar. And Murphy in WWE, inconsistent. There's nothing more I can say for him. Mustafa Ali, at one point, he was very over in WWE. We're almost there, people. MVP in WWE, guy's a superstar. Not much more I can say except he's that good. Neville was unfortunately mid-card. Would have liked more for Neville, but can't always have what I want. Amos is inconsistent. He's not a jobber, he's inconsistent. Otis is mid-card. Next, we are getting Owen Hart. Owen Hart is, I'm going to put him at legend, not quite icon. If his career was a little bit longer, definitely icon. Pat McAfee, at the moment, he's over. He's definitely over. Pat Patterson was a superstar. Paul London was over. Him and Brian Kendrick, their tag team was so over. Pedro Morales, one of the first good baby faces. He's an icon, absolutely, no doubt about that. Pete Dunne, I'm glad he's Pete Dunne again and he's not Butch. I'm going to put Pete Dunne as a draw. I think Pete Dunne is better than people think he is. Primo is inconsistent. R-Truth. R-Truth is a legend. The stuff R-Truth gets over is absolutely crazy. Randy Orton, are you an icon or a legend? I can't put you with all these guys, so you're just going to go as legend. Next, we're getting Randy Savage, your legend. Who are we getting next? We're getting some good guys now. As I say that, we get someone that's inconsistent. Raven was very over. They just didn't use him correctly. Next, we're getting Roman Reigns. I don't like his run currently, but Roman Reigns is absolutely a legend. Unfortunately, I don't particularly think he deserves to be there. Rene Dupree was inconsistent. Rey Mysterio is absolutely, without a doubt, a legend. Reza, where did I put Akam? I think I put Akam as mid-card. Yes, I'm going to put Reza with Akam right there at mid-card. Rhino was also mid-card for life. Ric Flair, you are going right up there as an icon. We are getting there, people. Rich Swann is inconsistent. Rick Boogs, inconsistent. Rick Rude, you are absolutely a superstar, sir. Ricky Steamboat, you are right there with Rick Rude, superstar, sir. Ricochet is over. I don't think he's better than that. I think he could be. Matt Riddle, same as Ricochet, over. That's literally the best I can do. Rich Holland is inconsistent. Rikishi he's a draw. I don't think he's superstar, he's a draw. I definitely think Rikishi was a massive draw in the Attitude Era. Road Dogg, also a draw, just like Big Kish. Rob Van Dam, also, I'm going to put him at draw. Remember, this is just based on WWE, not ECW or anything else. Robert Conway, I'm going to put him with Rene Dupree. Roddy Piper is a legend. I feel so bad for some of these guys from the early and mid 90s that they weren't champion, because there was one very orange man that had a stranglehold on the championship. Roderick Strong, inconsistent. Seth Rollins, I'm going to put him with his Shield brethren right there. I believe I put Mox one underneath him because his WWE career was not as long as those two. Ron Simmons, damn, where do I put him? I'm going to put him as over just because he had such an over phrase. Rusev, over. He was literally, the word over describes Rusev. Ryback, inconsistent. Sabu, in WWE, inconsistent. Sami Zayn, I'm going to put Sami Zayn as a draw. Samoa Joe, I'm going to put Samoa Joe as over. We're getting there, people. Santino Marella, he was so incredibly over. Next, we are getting Santos Escobar. I'm going to put Santos as mid-card. Scott Dawson, I don't know why I put Dash Wilder, but I think I put him in mid-card. I think so. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm going to put Scott Dawson as mid-card. Scott Hall, he is a legend. Absolutely no doubt Scott Hall is a legend. Scott Steiner in WWE. Remember, guys, this is WWE only. I'm going to put him as inconsistent. I wish I could do more for him, but unfortunately in WWE he was inconsistent. Next, Scotty 2 Hotty, he was over. All of them were over. Sergeant Slaughter, he's definitely going at legend. Next, Shad Gaspard. I don't know why I put JTG, but I think I put him at over, JTG. And their tag team was incredibly over. Yes, JTG is right there. Their tag team was super over. Shane McMahon, I'm going to put Shane McMahon as over. Remember, this is based on the entire WWE run, and at one point he got cheered like no one else. Shannon Moore, inconsistent, unfortunately deserved better. Shawn Michaels, you are going in this very coveted icon spot, good sir. Sheamus is a superstar. Shelton Benjamin, he is a superstar. Shinsuke Nakamura in WWE, he's a draw. Can't put him at superstar, unfortunately, as much as I would love to. Simon Gotch, jobber. Sin Cara in WWE, jobber. Heath Slater, jobber. Snitsky, jobber. Solo at the moment, I would say he's over. And his WWE career is not long enough for us to really make. Spike Dudley, I'm going to put him at mid-card. I would say jobber, but he was actually not a jobber. Stone Cold. Wonder where he's going. Stone Cold is going at Icon, no doubt about it. Stevie Richards, mid-card. He's literally as mid-card as you could possibly get. Sting, again, WWE only. No WCW, so I'm going to have to put Sting at inconsistent. I don't care what you guys think. This is my list, and Sting is inconsistent. Psycho Sid, he was over. Definitely in WWE, he was over. Sting had 4 matches in WWE. He lost 3 of them. Not much more I can do about that. Tajiri was mid-card. And next we've got Tatanka. Tatanka was over at one point. I would say Tatanka was extremely over. Next we've got Taz. Taz was in WWE inconsistent, winning your first match against Kurt Angle, and then next year Royal Rumble you get kicked out in a couple of seconds. Ted DiBiase is a legend. That's senior, of course. Ted DiBiase Jr. in other words is inconsistent. Test was over. Test should have been WWE champion if Triple H didn't have his way about it. Boogeyman was very over. We're almost there, people. Brian Kendrick and his tag team, they were absolutely over. I think I put Paul London in here as well. Not that it matters. They don't necessarily have to go together, but yes, Paul London, Brian Kendrick, definitely over. Iron Sheik, Yusa are a legend. There's not a lot of icons. Speaking about icons, we get Dwayne Roxon. And next, Sandman, WWE, he was inconsistent. Tito's going at legend. He opened the first WrestleMania. Titus O'Neil, unfortunately, inconsistent. TJ Perkins, inconsistent. Tommy Dreamer in WWE, inconsistent. Tommaso Ciampa, he was so incredibly... Now I'm going to put him as a draw. He was definitely a draw in NXT. Next, Top Dollar, I don't know where I put... but I'm just going to say mid-card. I don't know where I put Ashante Diodonis. Trent Seven, also mid-card. Next, we've got Trevor Murdoch. I can't remember where I put Lance Cade, but I'm just going to put him at inconsistent. Triple H is going in this very coveted icon spot. There's 1 or 2 more I think that's going in there, and Tucker Knight is definitely not going there. Tucker Knight is going in my inconsistent list. Ty Dillinger, WWE, inconsistent. Tyler Bate, WWE, mid-card. Tyler Breeze, WWE, mid-card. By the way, Breezy, I'm a massive fan. Tyson Kidd, WWE, mid-card. There's a lot of mid-card guys coming up now. Tyson Tomko, inconsistent. Umaga was, in my opinion, a superstar. And then The Undertaker, I wonder where he's going. And he's going an icon. Vader in WWE, they didn't use him correctly, but he was absolutely over. They did not use him at all. Val Venus, he was so incredibly over. And Victor, I don't know where I put Connor. I think I put Connor at inconsistent, so they're going together. Vince McMahon, again, caveat, I don't want to know anything about their personal lives. This is based on their WWE career. Vince McMahon is, in fact, an icon. I don't care about personal lives. I care about making this list. Vladimir Kozlov, inconsistent. Wade Barrett, he was very over at one point. Ultimate Warrior, I don't want to do this, but Ultimate Warrior is a legend. I've even got Hulk Hogan. For those of you who didn't watch episode 1, I've got Hulk Hogan as an icon because I'm being as fair as possible. Not my personal opinion. Wesley at this current stage is over. Next, we've got William Regal. William Regal is a legend. We've got a couple more to go. X-Pac was over just because he got booed, and he was supposed to get booed. Xavier Woods is over. We're almost there. Yokozuna, probably, if it's not him, then I don't know who, maybe Andre the Giant. The two best big guys to ever do this. Yokozuna is an icon, absolutely. Yoshitatsu is jobber. Typhoon was mid-card at best. And last but definitely not the least, Zack Ryder. The word over literally describes Zack Ryder. So let's go through what we have here. There's our icons. You guys can pause to see what I have. Legends, superstars, draws, over, mid-card, and inconsistent, and then lastly, jobbers. Obviously, you guys will probably make some changes, but this is my list. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Peace.